the resilience of this team with the external noise, everyone counting us out. Hopefully this is an opportunity for us to not waste. Hopefully we can go on a run with this win and find our rhythm towards the back end of the season now.
How much does this help you guys' confidence level as far as being able to, like you said, go on that run using this to catapult you guys into next week and trying to get a W?
I would say the confidence is always there, but to be able to see the product out there, to see what we can do and play complementary football in that sense, when we turn the ball over, the defense is able to hold them and minimize the points that they score, and vice versa. When the defense gives us opportunities, we're able to take advantage of that. So, I think this is something that we can continue to build on, we can continue to grow on, and we'll look at all the things we need to fix. But I think for the most part, it's hard to win in this league. We're going to enjoy this win.
What worked early on that first drive to score, and then also after a few turnovers, then how did you bounce back in the second half?
Just continue to play the game. That's it. Continuing to trust what I see. Mike just called the game how he's seen it, and it's my job to go out there and execute it to the best of my ability. I think they had a pretty good game plan with their tricky twos and using those corners as the run fit guys as well. So, I think they had a really good game plan against us tonight.
Tua, you spread the ball around to 8 different receivers. Tonight, was that by design, or is that what the defense was giving you?
That's just what the defense was giving us tonight. Yep.
How are you feeling overall, third game back since coming off IR, took a couple sacks tonight?
Mm-hmm.
The interception even when they put a tackle. How are you feeling overall?
Yeah, I feel good. Everything's good. I went up to that dude that intercepted me and asked him, like, bro, you couldn't just ran out of bounds or cut back. It's like, you seen me and I seen you. Like, you wanted to just run me over. He told me after the game he's like, there's no room there. There was nowhere else to go. So, he got to do what he got to do to help his team win games. And I wasn't planning on using my head to go hit him.
You struck your shoulder down there, but I guess his leg kind of did kick the side of your head. You never felt any ill effects from it?
Nah, I didn't feel any of that. That was pretty bad tackling for him, though. That was pretty terrible.
A play like that, just kind of another indication that you're all the way back and you're in it and you're good to go.
Yeah, I would say for myself, my confidence level from the time I came back against the Cardinals had never wavered from the first game I played against the Jaguars. I think when you're playing, when you're out there, the game is too fast for you to think of anything else. And if you start thinking of anything else, it's hard for you to focus on your job. So let's go out there, play football.
So you talked about playing complementary football. Just how much level lift does it give you when the defense is able to get the ball right back like they were able to?
Gives us a huge lift. Now we got to do our job as well, not turn the ball over, try to eliminate those, and stay on the field and put some points on the board. Got to continue to find ways to do that. I think we did some really good things in the second half with adjusting to what they've shown us in the first half, but it got to happen a little quicker.
If you got to play a couple of shootouts your first 2 games back, how nice did it feel to have the defense step up the way to keep the Rams out of the end zone?
Well, the defense has a job, and we have a job as well. And like I said, we got to continue to put points on the board, and that's just the confidence that we all have in each other. So we're going to enjoy this win. This is going to be a fun captain's meeting, players-only meeting come this Tuesday when we get back.
Tua, there's no secret that, you're the straw that stirs this drink. When you came back, it felt like it really did uplift the team. And I've never heard players talk about a quarterback the way your teammates. Tyreek Hill's been viral for it. Jonnu Smith this past week on the podcast. Mentally, just what does it feel like, man, to have that type of love and that type of admiration from your teammates from the top down in the entire franchise as a franchise quarterback?
Well, I would say for me growing up, none of this had been because of me. My faith is what I would say is what holds me true to who I am. And I mean, it's been nothing but God. I've been very blessed since a child. I've been really good since I was little. And it's been by the grace of God and, you know, my faith, being able to rely on prayer, rely on all of that, rely on him when times get tough and all of that. But, you know, I would say it's definitely cool that my teammates look at me and admire me in that sense and whatnot. All glory be to God, man. Like, that's the reason I'm standing in front of you guys. That's why I'm still playing. Like, and that's the reason I get to continue to play this game, man. So that's what I would say.
It's been a tough year for Tyreek, for him to get into the end zone. What can that do for him and maybe get him going a little bit?
Tyreek's a dog. Tyreek's a dog. Like, going from Mr. 2K last year, everybody talking about him, to, like, will he hit 1,000 yards? Will Jalen hit 1,000 yards? Like, Jalen, a dog too. Like, coming into this game, I mean, they could have easily said, like, dude, just continue to throw the ball, even if they're in a too high shell. But I mean, those guys are in it, man. They're just in it to win it. Anything that they got to do to help us, blocking, like, I mean, they're going up to Mike and telling Mike we should run this run call, you know, because I can get a chip on this guy, or I can do this to that guy, and it'll open up lanes. So, you know, I mean, it just tells you a lot about the guys that we're playing with out there.
Did you ever worry you wouldn't have him in this game when he dealt with that wrist injury beforehand?
I mean, anytime you get somebody like that and of that caliber out, it's tough. You know, it was tough. I mean, we found out literally last night whether he was going to play or not. So it's kind of nerve-wracking, if you will. But he was able to play, and that was cool.
How do you build on this tour? I mean, you guys have not been able to get the snowball down the hill. How do you continue to steamroll success?
Yeah. Well, I would say for us, it's sort of the it's not your job mentality. I don't know if you guys heard that story of 4 people. Everybody, anybody, somebody, and nobody. Well, I can't tell it because I don't have the quote, but it's a story about those guys, but sort of the mentality of it's not your job. If everybody's not going to do it, anybody's not going to do it, somebody's going to figure out that, oh, okay, anybody didn't do it. Everybody doesn't care about it. I'm not going to do it. And eventually nobody's going to end up doing it, right? So it's sort of the mentality of, dude, this is my job. Like, if that's his job, that's not my job. This is what I got to focus on. I got to put all the thinking, all my skills into that and go about that. So I would say we find our rhythm in that and, you know, started with this game. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach. That's a good one. I think it's like a poem. It's called "It's Not Your Job." Go search it. It's not your job. It's really good. It's really good.